my MD pathology I did my MD pathology from Bangalore Medical College from 2018 to 2022. I was doing my senior residency also from the same college, and once I finished, then I was working in corporate briefly for about 6 months. I took a break for maternity. Then after that, I joined after about 1 year. It was quite a long break, but then once after I finished, I joined Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology as an AP. I was working there for the last 1.5 years. So for this exam, mainly I prepared mostly based on what the question paper series I had taken from pathology MCQs. The rest of it was from what I usually work, I work in histopathology. So most of the questions were based on what we see on a daily basis rather than something which was based out of textbooks. So for whoever is preparing for exams, I would say prepare mainly based on practical things rather than rote learning, because most of the questions were centered on practical, how to approach certain diagnosis, how to apply IHC. So the questions were very practical this time, and most of the questions were from systemic pathology rather than general pathology, and that has been a major change from the previous question papers, as previously there was a lot of emphasis given on general pathology also. But I would suggest that you still do learn general pathology, because that forms the cornerstone of your basic pathology learning, because it is from there that you can get the concepts better. But also systemic pathology, I think we have to start viewing it as how our reports are going to help clinicians better. So we have to look at the things in such a way that our reports make some, not just we should look at it in such a way that it helps the clinician also. So it has to be approached in a very practical way. The IHCs also, we have to learn in such a way that how we can put our markers best and things like that. So I would say that for the exam, if somebody is preparing, best is to read Robbins, focus on the systemic pathology. I think maybe because of the changes in question paper, systemic pathology might be more than general pathology. Metapathology also, a lot of questions were asked this time. So yeah, that is about it. Other than that, I would say what else was asked? A lot of questions from molecular pathology were also asked. So obviously molecular is the future, so we have to learn things from that point also. Then WHO classifications, CAP protocols, all that we have to keep ourselves updated with. A lot of questions were onco focused this time. So oncopathology is definitely, if you're writing NEET as oncopathology, then you have to keep up with the latest in oncopathology. So CAP protocols are a must. Even the basic things, grossing, everything, there were questions from all those aspects. So I guess that's about it. I also want to say that a break does not mean, it does not mean much. But whoever is taking a break and wants to, do the exam later, I think there's always, I think if you just put some effort and read for a couple of 2-3 months and also solve a lot of MCQs, I think it should be very easy to crack the exam. Because most of my, for this exam, I did not sit and read, but most of the time I was solving MCQs. And definitely being at Oncology Institute definitely helped, because some of the things which I was seeing on a daily basis, the questions were from those parts itself. So definitely work has helped. And I think we should solve a lot of MCQs, because only then you get kind of an idea about how the questions are being asked, what is the latest. So solving MCQs is also very important. You can devote the last couple of weeks exclusively for solving MCQs and revising rather than learning something new. Also, I think one should really focus on certain things which are not really important in terms of pathology, but important for exams, like Carney's complex. So always a couple of questions definitely asked from some things like that. Also, GIST is also very important. So certain things, I think one should really go through a couple of question papers and see what is the most commonest things which are asked in the last couple of years. So definitely a lot of questions were repeated from those parts. So I think if one focuses on those parts, like the commonly asked questions, along with very simple basic systemic pathology, one has a very good chance of cracking the exam.
Basically, I had an interest in this branch and I want to go in depth of this branch. So that was the first reason, and I had an interest in histology. So as when I was doing PG, I thought that the histology requires more of practice and more of learning. So as oncopathology provides all exposure to all the three things like onco, hemat, and cyto. So that is why I opt for oncopathology. This time it was like a mixed type of questions. So some questions you can do if you have done well during your postings and during your PG, and some questions were straightforward like ISCs, and yeah. So definitely you can do it if you are good with your IHC and molecular. And so I was good at my basics. I read Robbins. Then for histopath, I used Ackerman. And for MCQs, I used pathology MCQs. And I had the notes of pathology MCQs, like I had the notes for histopath, hematpath, and cytopath. And I basically read the notes and revised it thrice before the exam, final exam.
My preparation in July 2025, like I thought of giving the exam from July onwards. But actually in July and August, I didn't study much because I'm also working as a fellow in the Dr. B. Bora Cancer Institute. I'm presently a resident there. So initially there were difficulties was to adjust my studies with the timings of my department also. I was hopeless actually. I didn't think much like I can do good. But later in October, the NBE has released the new date of NEET exam. So I thought, okay, now there is 2 more months to prepare. So I thought I'll give a try. So my proper preparation started from October. So yes, ma'am. My weaker points, I knew my weaker areas, like it was hemat and general and histopath. Because I am working as an oncopath resident, it was not very much difficult to understand the practical aspects of histopath. So histopath, I just revised the notes in pathology MCQs. I must say you have a very concise and very useful notes in pathology MCQs, and then and the flashcards that are given, that is very useful. It includes all the important points for the last minute revision. So yes, I use pathology MCQs as the base. I use then your notes only for the preparation of histopath, and then the question bank that is present. And general path, I read Robbins very well, all those chapters, and hemat also. Like I have certain videos, certain videos, and then I have notes from my MD time. And yes, the benign. There are certain notes of pathology MCQs as well. And yes, I downloaded the Kindle version of hematopathology notes of pathology MCQs, and also the general pathology notes as well. So I prepared from those notes. And I took the help of other videos as well for preparation of hematopath.
So I've actually just graduated my MD pathology this year only. I got my result in 2025 November, and then I since I had already like done the course, so I was like, and I have to do SR-ship, right? So there was only one way to get out of that, and this was the DM. And I thought, why not like give it a shot? And I like one of my seniors recommended this to me, and I only had like 1.5 months to prepare. Other than like I was preparing for my MD exams, but like to focus on the DM oncopath through MCQs. So she told me about pathology MCQs, and I actually realized that your course and the flashcards that you were providing were very concise and to the point. So I took this, and so I prepared with you guys for 2 months, I think, and I tried to do the things that I was already like good at, like topics that we already focus on a lot, like breast and female genital tract and soft tissues, like the things that are asked in IHC and all. So I did those first, and then I tried to figure out like if I could finish I didn't have time to look at the lectures honestly, but I went through the notes, and I went through flashcards a lot. Like I revised the flashcards, and they were really good. I have to like I'd highly recommend your course to people, because this was my only source of preparation. And since I had already done the MD things, I didn't go through that again. I only went through your syllabus, and I did all the modules. I did as many quizzes that I could, and the grant tests were of great help, honestly. And then I basically whatever topics, and I realized that in your flashcards also you had highlighted the previously asked questions. So I revised that, and I made a point to revise all your flashcards before the exams. And yeah, it was of great help to me because this was my only source. And so preparing for 2 months with you guys really helped me. It got me through.
Associate professor, and one of my colleagues told that NEET super specialty exam is coming, and almost for FRC path I have subscribed all your pathology MCQ courses. And for this NEET exam, a couple of weeks before, I subscribed this NEET DM course. And whenever I get time, I used to go through it in between reporting, lunch break, during my work class, or in the evening. I have 2 kids, so
Okay.
I will go through it whenever I get time, and I gave it.